Hey, what's going on? Ryan here, Triathlon.com. This video we're going to dive into, no pun intended, IRONMAN Chattanooga and what the wetsuit situation kind of looks like. I've done the event. This will be year number 4. Time is recording in September 2022. We're about 2 weeks out. This will be the 4th time for me doing the event. I've done it in 14 for the first year, 18 when there was no swim, and 19 when it was just hotter than heck out there. And also done the half, I believe in 2018 when I did the half out there. So I've become fairly familiar with the Tennessee River in Chattanooga and doing the race out there. So I'm going to give you my take on the wetsuit situation and kind of what I advise my athletes doing it and anybody else in the Facebook groups. And while doing this live on Facebook, you can put any comments you want in there. I'll try to answer them as we go along. I'll make this short and sweet to the point. Diving right into the video. So IRONMAN Chattanooga, should you bring a wetsuit or not? I would say yes. So if you're flying and you're cramped for space, it becomes a little bit more of an issue. But you know, my wetsuit, I can roll that up pretty tight and stick that in a suitcase without a problem. Personally, if it's wetsuit legal, I'm wearing a wetsuit no matter what the race is. Usually, when it's even questionable, most races I've done, even when it's been 100 degrees in Chattanooga in like 2019, it was, I believe, upper 70s, so it was wetsuit optional, but it was not hot. It was not. Personally, I don't overheat in a wetsuit, so if it's wetsuit legal, I'm wearing one no matter what. I got full sleeve, and I'm going full sleeve all the way, and I'm wearing it 2 times on Sunday. If I can wear 2 wetsuits, I would. So that being said, if you're packing your stuff, you're getting ready for your trip, you're flying in, and if you're driving in, pack a wetsuit because it's been like 77.1. It's been close in a few years, but as far as I know, the full has never been wetsuit legal. Now, the half has been. 2018 when I did it, it was wetsuit legal. It was great. With a current and a wetsuit, man, blazing time. But bringing a full, bring a wetsuit if you're kind of uncomfortable in the water and the wetsuit helps you out, bring it. And if it is wetsuit optional, they will start you in the back to let all the non-wetsuit people go first, and then the wetsuit people get to go after that. You still get the same amount of time to do everything. It's just they want to put you in the back so there's not any intermingling of non-wetsuit and wetsuit people out there, and it could cause issues and problems, kind of jamming up the swim area. So you see in the background, look at the course. So that wonderful swim is all downriver. You jump off a dock and you swim down the river in between the island and the shore and come out in Ross's Landing. So I will say, bring your wetsuit. I have a swim skin, so I bring both. Wetsuit, full sleeve, and a swim skin. $20 off eBay. I bought it a while ago, and I just keep bringing it to races. That's a little bit of buoyancy, very little, and it also, it's nice. It covers, like I wear my tri-suit, so it covers the pockets so they don't fill up with water as you're swimming along and drag you down. Creases, pockets, whatever, gets covered up by the swim skin, so it's kind of nice. Especially I put gels in my pockets or wherever on my tri-suit. So when I hop out of the water, I'm doing that as soon as I hop out of the water, and I'm starting my way into transition, especially if it's a long transition. You know, you put that goo in and take care of it so that way you're not fiddling around with it in the tents or at your bike or something like that. Bring your wetsuit, bring your speed suit, and like I said, if this race for the full has never been wetsuit legal, so be prepared for that. If you want to qualify for awards, if you want your age group rankings for all world athlete status and that type of thing, you have to go with the non-wetsuit version if it is wetsuit optional. Now, if it's wetsuit legal, it's good for everybody. You just line up like usual and jump in the water and start swimming. Like I said, if we look at the course information, the average air temperature is 75. Like I said, in 2019 it was like 100 degrees. I think 17 it was pretty hot. 18 it was still pretty warm. It was upper 80s, probably in the 90s for the heat index. It gets warm out there. Even with that, I mean, the water temperature, they say, is 77, so it's right above the 76 cutoff for wetsuit legal conditions. You know, you can get that information in the athlete guide. So if you are questioning what are the conditions for allowing a wetsuit, see if we can pull it up. The internet is cooking pretty good here today at the home front at the world headquarters. Check-in, race information, gear bags, race day, relay info, post-race info, qualifying. So if you want to qualify for Kona and it's wetsuit optional, you cannot wear a wetsuit, you won't qualify for awards. Just keep that in mind. So there's a swim course information, wetsuit prohibitive above 83.8, probably will not make it there. Wetsuit optional, 76.1 to 82.8. So 76.1, if it is 76 degrees, we all get to wear wetsuits. It's 76.2. Then we all have wetsuit optional, so some people wear wetsuits and some people don't wear wetsuits if you want to qualify for awards. Like I said, I've done it in the 4 years I've done it. Well, 18 we didn't have a swim because it was flooded. But in the other years, it's been wetsuit optional. And I bring my wetsuit anyway and pay attention to the Facebook page on race day morning. They'll publish as soon as they know first thing in the morning. They're out there at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're going to get a water temperature, and they're going to post it on the Facebook page. So you don't have to leave your hotel, leave where you're at, and take your wetsuit. So you can take your wetsuit if you don't know, and you're kind of wondering about it. You can take your wetsuit and put it in your morning clothes bag, and you'll get it at the end of the race. Not 100% guarantee you're going to get it at the end of the race, but hey, usually I haven't had a problem. So just keep that in mind when you bring your wetsuit and you don't know if it's legal or not. You've got no one to give your wetsuit to. You put it in your morning clothes bag and then take it with you, and then give that to morning clothes people and get back at the end of the race. But more often than not, they've got, sorry for flying there. So more often than not, they've got the posting on the official water temperature on the Facebook pages before the swim ever starts, before the buses ever start, before transition opens up. So you can be in your car in the parking lot and scroll for a minute and find out what the water temperature is, and then decide if you're taking the wetsuit or not. Like I said, I always recommend bring a wetsuit. I use full sleeve. I've used no sleeve in the past and done just fine in this water. It's not really cold, but if you can use a wetsuit, use it. But I always have a swim skin, so when it's not wetsuit legal, I use a swim skin. So those are my quick little points about the wetsuit situation there at IRONMAN Chattanooga. Bring it, but it's never been wetsuit legal for the full IRONMAN Chattanooga this late in the year. So keep that in mind. Hopefully this helps you out. I didn't see any questions in the live feed. You see it on Facebook. Helps you out. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up on YouTube. Hit subscribe, bell notifications, so you can see future videos on this race and other tips for triathlons in general. If you have any questions, put them in the comments in YouTube or Facebook. I get notifications. I'll go back and check them out. And with that, hopefully this helps you out. Happy training, and we'll see you at the finish line.